At St. Martin's Extension, where Sly Media TV visited the houses that were being demolished by the city of Harare, where Daniel Kachir of Sly Media TV covered the story which we gave you on our social media platforms. The dust may have settled, but for some families, the consequences of the demolitions carried out on the 14th of August remain very real. Homes were reduced to rubble, leaving families with nowhere to sleep, some forced to spend the night in the cold, surrounded by the remains of what was once their homes. But as Sly Media TV documented the aftermath, another question emerged. Why were some houses demolished while other houses and structures on the same location were left standing? Residents are now questioning whether the law was applied equally to everyone. If these structures were all considered illegal, what criteria did the city of Harare use to decide which homes would come down and which ones would remain? And if some of the structures belong to or are occupied by council officials, why were they spared?
Apa cabin yakaputswa just opposite Zimbabwean asi harina kuputswa zvichirevei? Zvichirevei? Kune vamwe vakakosha kupfuura vamwe here? Zvichiri zvemutemo here? Tibatsireiwo kunzwisisa kwese uku vanhu vakaputswa asi iyi imba yakamira dzevamwe dzinoputswa. Vanhu vakaputsirwa asi iyo cabin yakamira ndeyekusaidi kwekanzuro. Apa cabin yakaputswa just opposite Zimbabwean asi harina kuputswa zvichirevei? Zvichirevei? Kune vamwe vakakosha kupfuura vamwe here? Zvichiri zvemutemo here? Tibatsireiwo kunzwisisa kwese uku vanhu vakaputswa asi iyi imba yakamira dzevamwe dzinoputswa. Vanhu vakaputsirwa asi iyo cabin yakamira ndeyekusaidi kwekanzuro.
Behind every demolished structure is a family. Children, parents, and elderly residents who woke up without the security of a roof over their heads. For these families, this is no longer simply a dispute over planning regulations or land. It is about shelter, dignity, and their constitutional right. And there is an important constitutional question that comes to mind. Section 74 of the Zimbabwe's constitution provides that no person may be evicted from their home or have their home demolished without an order of court made after considering all the relevant circumstances. The Supreme Court has previously emphasized that Section 74 prohibits the demolition of homes without a court order. So the question now is simple. What court order authorized the demolitions of St. Martin's Extension? And was that order applied equally to every structure on the disputed land? Those are the questions in the mind of the occupants whose houses were destroyed, and those that are around them, and those who subscribed to the Constitution of Zimbabwe. Sly Media TV continues to seek answers from the city of Harare. The residents of St. Martin Housing Pay Scheme, whose houses have been demolished, are saying the council is hiding behind a finger. They are aware of this development because the Department of Housing and Community Services on the 5th of March 2025 received a letter from St. Martin's Housing Pay Scheme with this reference: urgent request for replacement of missing development material for sewer and water amenities. The letter reads, "We are writing to urgently request the replacement of the missing developmental material for the St. Martin's Housing Pay Scheme. In a recent interview on Star FM's Muriro on Monday, segment on Monday 24 February 2025, the Harare City Council Acting Director of Planning and Services provided the following feedback regarding trust property. 1. Development material initially thought to have been stolen turned out to have been used at another project by the council with the intention of replacing it once the St. Martin's project takes off. But as of now, the city council has now destroyed the houses which were on plan issued by the same city fathers. Here is the audio from Star FM.
Time. That will be our last call. I'll just ask Vanyabeza to quickly respond so that we can end the show.
Okay, thank you very much. For the St. Martin's housing project, we have a plan which was approved in 2017. That is the plan which we are using for St. Martin's. It's not correct to say that some of the materials that was meant for St. Martin's was stolen. Initially, we thought that it had been stolen, but it later turned out that it had been moved to another project by council with the intention of replacing these materials once the St. Martin's project takes off. At the present, I understand that the project is now starting to move. There are drawings for water, sewer and roads which have now been approved, and we are expecting the beneficiaries to put their heads together. At some point we'd identified a developer for them, but they came to the city to say that they were going to identify their own developer by themselves, and the council would move in to supervise the project. All matters with the cantonment and the quarry, the quarry station have since been resolved. That is why we have moved back to the plan of 2017.
The question is now about trust and loyalty from the city fathers. If at any given time in the near future or anywhere else, are they properly doing smart planning and smart projection of their own developmental plans? SlyMedia TV News. Schema Construction is ready to serve homeowners, carpenters, builders, contractors, and businesses with quality ceiling, wall skimming, and tiling. We also supply ceiling boards and accessories, cornices and centerpieces, skim light, rhino set, and plaster products, tile adhesive, and grout. We also provide professional ceiling design and construction services for residential and commercial properties, from stylish modern ceiling concept to expert installation and finishing. Whether you are building from scratch, renovating, or upgrading your ceiling, Schema Construction is your trusted partner for quality materials, reliable workmanship, and impressive results. Contact us for quotations, prices, and bookings on the numbers on your screen, or visit us along Gweru Road, opposite Metro Pitch, behind Housestead Brothers in Gweru.